Hello and welcome. Thank you for subscribing to my course on psychological type. In this video, I will talk about a brief outline of what will be presented in the course. My name is Vijay Pandey and I'm an industrial organizational psychologist. I work with organizations to apply the knowledge and techniques from psychology to select, develop and retain talent. I thought of putting this course online because recently I worked with multiple organizations and especially the team development part of it, and I encountered a lot of concepts and lot of ideas from Carl Jung's work which were very practical and helpful for me in my work. So this basically restarted my interest in Jung, and it reminded me of my graduation days and post-graduation days, especially post-graduation days, when I was in Allahabad University in psychology department, and I was fortunate to have teachers like Raghu Sinha and Professor R.C. Tripathi, who not only taught us about all the great psychologists including Jung, but also ignited the flame, the fire, and gave us the right kind of technique to learn about psychology. So I think we were fortunate enough, and I think myself was fortunate enough to be introduced to such professors who not only taught what was the content, but also taught how to learn. So this course is my attempt to kind of put my understanding into a structured format and share it with the world. So thank you very much for subscribing to the course. In this video I will introduce you to a broader outline of the course, how this course is structured and what you are supposed to get from here, what will be how the course will flow. So the course is structured in 9 modules. Each module deals with one specific aspect of the theory of psychological types as it was proposed by Jung. So in the very first lecture, I talk about a brief history of Jung and how he went into investigating type. If you already know Jung, you might be knowing that he was not a psychologist, he was a medical doctor who became interested into understanding and exploring the psychological domain. And that's quite strange and beautiful truth about psychology, is that most people who contributed to psychology, they were not really a trained psychologist as such, but they came from disciplines like mathematics, engineering, medical. So in the first module, I will discuss about the idea of type and what is type as per Jung. Because unlike Myers and Briggs, who are the most popular name in type theory, Jung thought it as function, not as something which is let's say which can be used to let's say use as a title that I am an INTJ, I am an ESTJ and something like that. So in the first lecture I will talk about the origin and history and how this idea came and how Jung started exploring this world of psychological functioning. In the second lecture, I will talk about the first level of type, which is extroversion and introversion, and then we will take some examples, we will take some self-observation and some kind of introspective exercises to explore the beauty and value of both. Then in the third lecture we will talk about the second level of type, which is the information taking and decision making functions, sensing, intuition, thinking and feeling, and how they combine with each other and then their combined effect. In the third lecture we will talk about the 8 psychological functions which come from the combination of extroversion, introversion with one of the either information taking or decision making functions. So there will be total 8 functions, and we will have an overview of those functions in the lecture 4. Then in lecture 5 we will dig deeper into extroverted sensing function and introverted sensing function. Lecture 6 we will dig deeper into intuitive functions, extroverted intuition and introverted intuition. In lecture 7, I guess, in lecture 7 we will get into the thinking function, extroverted thinking and introverted thinking. In lecture 8 we will get into feeling function, extroverted feeling and introverted feeling. And in lecture 9 we will get into the dynamics of all these functions and their hierarchy in the psyche, and how on the basis of this understanding we can help, number 1, ourselves, number 2, people around us, and number 3, our clients and our coachees, if you are a coach like me. So how we can help them discover their own dharma. So in this last lecture 9 I will talk about how Jung's idea connects with the indigenous Indian ideas of finding your swadharma and living your life as per your life direction. Okay. And then there will be a concluding kind of lecture which would be on the basis of how to study Jung, how to read Jung, how to go about, because Jung has written all that Jung has spoken and written, that is there in 19 volumes and total more than 15,000 pages. Out of that, roughly 8,000 pages are serious, good quality material. Rest all is stories, anecdotes, references, translations and things like that. So I plan to make a small video on how to go about reading Jung for those of you who would be interested in getting deeper into the depth psychology of Carl Jung. So I hope that this gives you an overview. So if that interests you, please subscribe, share it with the people who you think it might be interesting, and we will, as my teacher used to say, see you in the class.